Lolo in Beijing podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Baby.
No, I'm Daniel Adams.
Please welcome the guests, Daniel Adams and Kaylee Clark.
Okay, we can do this. Okay.
This was not a good idea.
we can do this.
You advertised this episode as chaotic,
Yeah. Here it
so
is.
we're just delivering on the promise.
But that's what they do on answering machines.
Yeah,
They also do
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, that wasn't in sync. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Nobody has to clap.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Brown Girl in Beijing podcast. It's a podcast about my Beijing life, and I'm your host, Dr. Baby.
Hey everyone, welcome to the season finale of the Brown Girl in Beijing podcast. Yay! I'm Dr. Baby, and I am your host. And as you can tell, we have quite an episode prepared for you.
Sure.
Or not really prepared, we're just winging it at this point. But we have quite an episode, so please stay tuned.
And we're keeping it, and let's go.
I know you've been jamming with your crew. You got to leave, but that one last won't do. I want to put another wine on you. I got that good. If I put it right there, would you wine on me? If I put it right there, would you wine on me? If I put it right there, would you wine on me? If I put it right there, would you wine on me?
No.
I can't stop laughing. Okay. It's Daniel's fault. He's making me laugh. It's your dry sense of humor. Okay. I got it now. I got it.
Alright, so as you can tell, we are not in the studio. We are in Red Lobster in Sanlitun in Beijing. I do go out to places. I don't just stay in my home, so this is proof of that. And they have graciously agreed to let us steal their little room for a couple of minutes so that we can record our episode. Right now, I definitely wish that this camera was just on me because of the things that are happening to the right of me, but that's fine. It's okay. We are okay today. So, if you're wondering who these two clowns are next to me, we have Daniel and Kaylee, and I'm going to let them introduce themselves.
Hi everyone, I'm Kaylee Clark. I'm from Georgia.
I'm Daniel Adams. I'm from Florida. That was a joke. I'm actually Kaylee, and he's Daniel.
Surprise. Spoiler alert.
I think that's a funny joke.
Hello everyone, I'm Daniel. I'm from a lot of places, but most of the time I tell people I'm from Florida. Yes.
And I'm Kaylee. I am from Georgia. That was correct. And we love Shannon so much, even though she finds us a bit annoying.
This is why I need more black friends, guys. So if you are out there, send me a DM. Yes, I do have black friends behind the camera. I do. Some that are my age would be helpful as well, though. But we move on. So, I asked you guys to send in some questions. You know, what do you want to know about us being here in Beijing? And you've asked us some questions. So we are going to try to answer your questions, and we're also going to try to tell you what life is like for each of us in Beijing. It's the new year, 2022, so we'll talk about how we celebrate holidays here in Beijing, being away from our family. So, what do y'all want to do? Questions first, or chit-chat?
Chit-chat. We should tell everybody how we know each other, I feel like.
Oh yeah, we can.
Yeah.
I was the first one here in China. I've been here for 5 years. We all used to work at the same company. And then Shannon came, and our other friend Monet. Hi, Monet! Who's not in China anymore. But then Daniel came a little bit after that, and we all were friends right away. It was magical and beautiful.
Right away is a bit strange.
Yes, yeah. It took Kaylee like 3 months to invite me out.
Okay, that's fair. But I didn't know he was cool. But
I know.
Thank you. But Shannon and me started hanging out right away. She didn't like me, but we did start hanging out right away.
All right, well, there we go. More accurate depiction of the situation. Yeah, so that is how we know each other. We all worked in the same training center. And because of the nature of our jobs and being here in Beijing, we worked like unconventional hours. So we worked, I worked Friday to Tuesday and had Wednesday, Thursday off.
And I worked
Oh yeah, you and I
Thursday.
She never had Wednesday. She only did that because we're on camera.
Only
I was excited.
Yeah, Daniel worked Thursday to Monday. And so on our days off, we would still see each other because we didn't have time to make actual friends at work. So,
No.
and then, yeah, we lost our jobs.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, in 2020,
Yeah.
had the
Can't even say
summer.
last year.
Right, oh my gosh. Had the summer of our lives. And then
Yes.
started working in different places. Daniel and I work in the same place now, and Kaylee works somewhere else. Still all in the teaching field. Yeah.
Yeah.
What else was our chit chat about? So like
Christmas, holidays?
Yeah, holiday celebrations. I think all of my Christmases and New Year's I've spent in Beijing since I've gotten here. I told y'all in the last episode, I think, about going home to surprise my grandmother. I told y'all about like Christmas celebrations. For the New Year, I know 2019 into 2020, Monet and I went to Tiger Pancake House
Aww.
and had dinner and then just went home.
Aww.
Because Monet and I lived together. No, I'm lying, we didn't live together, we just went out.
No, I was in America. No, I was on a flight home.
Oh, that's right.
I was on a flight home.
Because we were trying to get you to buy your tickets to go to Thailand while you were in
In the
flight.
air.
Nor did we wake you up.
You woke me up
We
with
woke her
flight.
up. Yeah.
Was that
That would have been the last New Year's that Monet was here. So that was 19 into 220. What do you call that?
2020. Yeah. Yeah.
You okay?
I'm really
Yeah, because
nervous.
we were buying our tickets to go to Thailand a couple weeks later, and then you guys were going
We
to the
went to the
Philippines.
Philippines, right?
Yeah.
And then last year to bring in the new year.
Daniel.
Oh, you came to my apartment.
We were
Yeah.
Oh, listen. Okay. So that was
Wasn't
New
that
Year's
awful?
Eve. No, like
But
for
her
me
day
it
was. Remember she had
Oh, that's right.
So for New Year's Eve, we worked a half day at work, and it was a Friday. Yeah, no Thursday.
No, it was Thursday.
Thursday.
And then we had the Friday off because it was New Year's Day.
So Thursday, half day at work, and I went to get a tattoo. And this is a dragon tattoo. It's super pretty, but it was like huge on my thigh, so it took all day. And then I also got my nose pierced. So nose pierced, fresh tattoo. Gotta go home, gather stuff. This big like hot pot, because we're ordering hot pot. We're gonna have a party at Daniel's house, and get to the complex. Like muddle my way through to Daniel's place. Get inside, and because I'm wearing a mask, my glasses are fogged up. And so in the process of like trying to take off my mask or take off my glasses or something, my nose ring popped out. This is a new nose ring. I saw Jesus 12 times. Like, I wanted to cuss. Maybe I did. I'm sorry, mommy.
I don't know if that's there.
Right, he wasn't there because he was outside looking for me.
After she told me not to go looking for it.
After I told him not to come looking for me because I couldn't find my place.
I was there, but I don't remember this happening. You did it all very quietly into yourself.
The only person who might have noticed, I think, was Megan because she was the one that opened the door. But I just had like all of these things. It's like, you know, like you've been having a day and then you get to the door and your jacket or something gets caught on the door. And it's just like, so nose ring pops out. So I'm looking for it, find it. It's an L-shaped ring. It's broken. So I'm like, wow, okay. Don't know what to do in this situation because it's a piercing. Cool, fine. Then we pulled up chairs to the table to eat hot pot. Pulled up my chair like this, sliced my finger on like a nail or something that was on the chair. So like,
Daniel's house is really unsafe.
They were not my chairs. They were chairs that were left by the landlord.
Possession is 9, 10.
It was a foldable chair. It was a screw. Not mine. I've never sat in them.
So he just lets his guests sit in them.
Yeah.
Almost died, basically. So I'm just like, Daniel, do you have a Band-Aid? And he's like, yeah, in the bathroom. Nobody knows what's happening in my world right now, and I'm just slowly melting down. I don't want to be bothered by anybody. I don't want anybody to ask me any questions. I've just lost my nose ring, found it, and it was a really cute one because I think it was a little gold star, broken. Don't know what to do, so I like cleaned it off and just like sort of popped it into my nose and hoped that it would just stay there. And it's like what, 10, 11 o'clock at night? So I can't even like, I felt bad about trying to like text the guy and be like, hey, what do I do? What do you want me to do? And then I had to remind myself that I do love these people, like, you know, like, be happy. This is a good occasion. So by the end of the night, I was better, and then we spent the night at Daniel's. And
I slept on the floor.
yeah, I slept on the couch. Oh, I could not be bothered to sleep on the floor. Fresh tattoo, nose ring broken. I said, nah, I'm taking the couch. Y'all can do whatever y'all want. I'm taking the couch. And then the next day, so actual New Year's Day, I texted the guy that I got my nose ring from. Shout out to Chris at 7Inks. Texted him and I'm like, hey, nose ring broke. Can I get another one? And he was like, hey, yeah, you can come over, whatever. So we decided to go, and the three of us got tattoos that day.
Spontaneously.
Yes.
Spontaneously.
This is my tattoo that I got that day. Yeah, got a new nose ring. They had to pierce it again because they did a hoop. So you want to talk about seeing Jesus? I saw the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. I think my eyes made water. Like it was traumatic. Okay? But you know, there we were. Good times. So that was last year. So happy 1-year anniversary to my dragon tattoo, my nose piercing, and my little angel heart.
Aww.
My platypus.
We're not gonna talk about it. Oh, your platypus, not mine. Never mind. We can talk about it.
There are 2 platypus. Yeah. It is.
Platypi.
No, it's platypuses.
It's not platypi.
It's definitely platypi.
Okay.
Platypi sounds better.
Alright, well, it's not.
It does. You're not incorrect. But it is platypus.
Okay. Your turn. I don't know.
So I got here 2019. So New Year's Eve 2019 going into 2020. I was over at a friend's apartment. There was 4 or 5 of us. Rang the New Year. Missed the countdown because our friend Kat was wall twerking. Trying to wall twerk. And then woke up the next morning, bought tickets to go to Thailand for Chinese New Year, which was a couple weeks later. Then haven't left the country since. Last year, they came to mind. We already went through that story.
We
Don't want to tell it
my
again.
version.
I mean, my version was pretty similar. I didn't lose a nose piercing, but when we were there, we played Jackbox. Yeah, we played Jackbox. That was fun.
Always.
And Cards Against Muggles.
Yes. And we did not miss the countdown.
We did
No
not.
one was wall twerking. Although I did ask. And then this New Year's, we went to QMax, which is one of our favorite restaurants in Beijing.
We do love Cuba.
We were all together this New Year's Eve too.
We
We were? Yeah.
All right, calm down.
We really do love each other.
So what are yours? You got 5 to talk about.
Yeah, I have 5. New Year's? I don't know what. The first year I was definitely just like,
Walk it back. Go backwards.
oh, okay. So QMax this year with y'all. Last year,
Was mine.
Daniel's. The year before that, I was just in the sky. I wasn't even
Yeah.
with my parents because I got to see my parents for Christmas, and that was my first Christmas home in like 7 years. Because before China, I was living in Florida, and I hadn't got to be home for Christmas either. So it was my first Christmas home. So like New Year's Eve, I was literally just flying.
Yeah.
I had to have been, even though it doesn't really make sense if y'all were calling me.
Well,
So maybe I was flying out New Year's Day.
No, you were flying out New Year's Day because we
Eve.
called you at like 8 or no, we woke really late. Like 10 or 11 a.m. our time. So that would have been.
Okay, so New Year's Eve, I did nothing. I was at my parents'.
You went to bed early and then we woke you up.
We probably set the Christmas tree on fire. That's what we do. That's our family tradition at midnight. You set the Christmas tree on fire. It's a thing.
I don't think it is.
No, right. There's so many things that are only specific to your family.
No, it's like a tradition.
For who?
Like the world.
We're looking it up. We're fact checking it. And I'm going to give you stats. I am going to give you statistics on how many people burn their Christmas tree on New Year's Eve.
New Year's, yeah, like 5 or 10, 9, 8, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Like fireworks. But a Christmas tree on fire.
Sorry, so you take the Christmas tree and put it in your...
So we usually have like a little
In the
bonfire.
middle of the living room.
No, not in the living room. We have a bonfire outside at our bonfire pit.
Okay.
And so then there's already a fire. We're roasting marshmallows, being family oriented and stuff.
In all of my 32 years of living.
And then my dad just goes 5, 4, 31, and he drops it on the fire, and it goes.
Yeah, never.
No.
Wow.
No, it's really fun. They couldn't do it this year because it's been raining for like a week straight in Georgia, where my parents are at, and they hadn't taken the Christmas decorations off, so they're just being lazy this year.
All right. Well, first of all, okay, Christmas decorations. If they come down when the New Year starts, then you aren't a true Christmas person at all.
They should come down before the New Year, like the day after Christmas.
My Christmas.
That way you can burn the Christmas tree.
All right. My Christmas decorations stay up at least until my birthday is over. And honestly, if I'm being really honest, and my mother is listening, so I will be honest, they just never come down. They just never come down. So
Christmas all the time.
Yeah, Christmas all the time.
That is nice though.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we burn our Christmas trees.
I'm
they have to
looking
come
up
down.
burning trees. That's not.
Anyway, so that was that year. The year before that, I don't know. The local
PlayStation
play.
I don't know if I was.
I can't
Because
remember.
I would have. Was I here for Christmas Eve? For New Year's Eve?
Honestly, I can't remember 2018
Maybe not.
would that have been. I don't remember that one.
Oh,
My
I
first
think
two I remember. Because the first one, it was just a bunch of us out at a place called Martini Place. Or maybe not even that one, but we were all like, it was my first New Year's in China, and I remember being like with everybody I onboarded with, plus all the friends I made that year. So that was like a kind of like a special one. And then the next one was, I think it must have been Ash, one of my best friends, her parents were here, and we all went out to home plate. We saw Stevie Mac and the Mac Daddies perform, and that was a really fun one. Yeah, that was a really fun one. It's our first time seeing them.
Yeah.
So that's my second, and I don't remember my third.
I don't think I was here for New Year's Eve for 2018 into 2019.
I do remember.
What did you do?
New Year's Day that we had off, and I ended up having a 3-day weekend because of it, because it was obviously on a Monday, and I had Tuesday, Wednesday off. No, it was on a Tuesday, so I had Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday off. So me and a friend went to Chengdu.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And we'll get
No,
to
not
that
Chengdu.
story later.
Not Chengdu.
Xi'an.
Xi'an.
Yeah.
Xi'an.
I've heard that story.
That's my my New Year's or my stuff.
Alright, so you've heard our stories. Now it's time to get into the good stuff, the questions. Because I don't know how these are gonna go. Okay. Number 1. And these are questions that you all submitted. So thank you. Number 1, where is your happy place?
We've mentioned mine, QMX. It's a restaurant. That and the local, another restaurant, are my two favorites.
They are some of our favorite restaurants. We really love restaurants.
I'm friends with you. Anyway, yes, QMX, we do love QMX.
But I like QMX and the local because I'm always there with y'all, or I'm there by myself, and both like either situation, I never feel awkward or like.
Well, because we also
have a
have
bad night.
like we have a history with QMX because
Yeah.
where our training center was in a mall on the 3rd floor, and on the 1st floor was a QMX. And at the time, there were only the 4 QMXs in Beijing.
That was the latest one to open at the time.
Yeah. So like we would just always go at least once a week. Like
Mondays
someone.
and Tuesdays.
Yeah, but I didn't work
You work
Tuesdays.
Tuesday, yeah.
Oh yeah.
But like someone would always be running down the hallway like, hey, what burritos? What burritos? What burritos? Like I'm in the middle of class. Kaylee's knocking on my door. Hey, burritos? Which I don't like, but like I love QMX, so I was like, yeah, I'll go.
Yeah.
So we have a history with it.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That was the time. That was fun.
Yeah.
Your happy place.
Theme parks in general. Love a good theme park. Universal Studios just opened a park here in Beijing. I have been 3 times already. I have a 6-month ticket. They got the 6-month ticket. I can go literally almost any day between now and like the end of April or May or something.
Tell us
it's
your
great.
most favorite time you've been to Universal.
Oh, well, obviously that was for her birthday. The one time I called off work was to go to Universal for her birthday. It's on a Wednesday. And yeah, so Universal now is like the happy place, but like Shanghai Disneyland. But there's...
Can't get there.
Yeah, that's a little tricky right now.
Can't come back.
Yeah. And then Happy Valley. I do like Happy Valley. It's a Chinese brand of theme parks.
Been here 5 years. I've never been.
Me either. I
Need to
never
go.
been.
It's fun. It's really fun. I like it. It's some of the rides like you're like, oh, is this safe? They are. They are.
No.
I don't ever want to get on a ride.
I think to myself, is this safe?
But my first, also before coming to China, I was working at Walt Disney World in Florida for 5 years. So like, and then my high school job was at a theme park. So just theme parks, love them. And my first tattoo that I ever got with these two was like an amusement park that goes around my ankle. It's like a roller coaster. Do you know how to say tattoo?
I don't.
You were first time with these two, and your immediate thought was a tattoo.
I started listening to the songs, so it started playing in my head.
Oh, so I was like, what a terrible host. You're not listening to your guests.
This is actually what I do in real life. I zone out and
I
miss
mean,
things.
fair, but I thought the camera's moving.
Alright, well, I'm back in. Yes, first tattoo.
Yeah, my first tattoo is an amusement park that was around my ankle, and both of them were there with me. You've been there for all of them.
You're such a great influence, guys.
You've been there for 2. I have 3, but the first one is an amusement park that goes around my ankle. So I love amusement parks, theme parks. It's my happy place. I'm always very happy when I walk through the gates and I can rush to a roller coaster.
Oh,
Nice.
you're like a little kid. That was really sweet.
Yes.
So adorable. And I'm over here speaking of restaurants.
I mean, you know, you're happy with
Well, at least you get to
I don't have to
regularly
cook
visit
and I
your
get
happy
food.
place.
There you go, yeah. And we do actually, I don't think I said it on the podcast before, I think I said it on my Instagram, but QMax is one of the places that, like, they love us so much that almost any QMax that we go to, we are almost guaranteed to get free shots. Like, I have to actually
Or a discount.
Yeah, or a discount. I have to actually
Sorry
say,
you lost your job
please
discount.
do not give me any more.
It's true.
I need to get it off. But yes, we have gotten, when we lost our jobs, they felt really sorry for us.
Because honestly, like, half of that QMX's business was from us. And they said, oh, they're not going to be coming anymore.
And the day we lost our job, it was our friend who was my co-teacher's birthday. So, like, we hadn't seen each other. We were like, okay, Sally's birthday.
We were teaching online at that
Yeah, we were
point.
teaching online. So we're like, oh, we haven't seen each other in real life. It's Sally's birthday this whatever day it was. Tuesday. We got fired. Monday. I don't know.
It was June 20th.
It was a Monday.
It was a Monday.
It wasn't June, it was July.
No, it was June. We got officially laid off.
Yeah,
in July.
like we
They
got a
gave us a
paycheck
month.
in July.
So
Anyways,
this was only when we found out. Her
Yeah.
birthday's in June.
Yeah, we
Well, this
found
is
out-
the
we
night
found
we
out.
found out,
We
remember?
found out on the Monday,
So
yeah.
we
did
found
on the
out
Monday.
that Monday, we had already, before we all had gotten fired, we had plans to go out to celebrate our friend Sally's birthday.
But only a couple people.
No, all of the LPs are coming that night.
Oh.
So like,
I was
all
not
of our
invited.
locals. Yes,
I was not invited until we
were.
got laid off.
The drama.
He is lying.
I am
You're
not.
Oh.
even won the night before, how we were all going to Blue Frog, another restaurant we love, by the way, for Sally's birthday. And like all of our center basically was coming because we hadn't seen each other in so long.
So I think I missed that conversation because I was still waiting on my coronavirus results.
No,
that I paid.
Anyway, so we
My
went to
entire life savings.
But so like,
Alright, we're not
we
going to
all...
No, that could be an episode
That was,
in itself.
yes, that was an ordeal.
We were all supposed to be going to see Sally for her birthday. Day of, the morning of, bam, we're all fired. So then it's like, do we still go out for Sally's birthday?
All fired via Blue Jeans.
Which is basically Zoom, a professional
Zoom-like app.
Yeah.
Within like 10 minutes.
We got the email the night before. We got an email the night before. They said, "Hey guys, join us tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Click this link. Everyone in the company is invited to watch." And so we were all speculating.
I knew
The fact that
definitely. I was like, we're definitely.
it was brought up in the list of like conspiracies, but I don't think any of us like actually thought it was happening. Like, I was shocked but not surprised. I didn't think it was gonna happen.
Not shocked or surprised.
Nah, I definitely.
But because we'd already had these plans, Sally messaged and was like, "Are we still gonna meet?" I was like, "Yes, it's your birthday. We need to have something happy to celebrate." And then once everybody got there, we all just cried. Like, it was like, "Happy birthday." And so we started at this one restaurant. We're all very emotional, so we kept eating. And then we went to another restaurant to keep eating because we were so sad.
We went to QMax right next door.
Yeah.
So we went to QMax, which was the second restaurant. And that's when we came in. The manager, Echo, who loves us dearly and we love dearly, was like, "I heard you got fired.
Yeah.
I'll give you a discount." So then the whole company that we had worked for that had been fired, not just our center, but the entire Beijing, showed up at QMax. But we're the only people who got the discount.
Yeah. Keep in mind, there were 4 locations and everyone ended up in ours.
Because we had the best QMax.
True. And also the smallest. Besides the Taqueria.
We do have the smallest.
Yeah.
But yeah, good times. So we have a discount. So whenever Kaylee or I am present.
Yeah, because they don't remember my face.
Yeah, but when we go to the local, nobody remembers me except for Lee.
No, they do. Ethan loves you.
Yeah, Feifei.
Yeah, Feifei remembers.
And Ethan, alright.
No, Ethan legit will just walk past me. Anyway, that's not the point of this. So my happy place, because this all stems from that question. My happy place is church, I think. I think that's where I'm my favorite self. And I get to excuse me? That could possibly be my favorite self. This is my child, my shadow. Y'all have heard me talk about Quest. This is the human version of Quest. She's behind the camera. She's behind this camera over here. This is the human version of Quest. So y'all can just imagine. You want to talk about how Quest be right on me? Huh. Anyway, church, that aside, church is where I am, my favorite self. I think it's just the thing that I've just been able to like fit into the different roles just fairly easily. It's like I'll fake complain about being stressed out, but it's really a good time. And the people that I've gotten to know, especially in the past year, getting to see them consistently, some of them in the room, they're pretty cool people. So that's nice. So church is my happy place, but also QMax and the Intercontinental. Shout out to Crystal and Duke and Alan and Crystal and Jade and Paolo.
They're bathtubs.
Intercontinental. Yeah, I mean, for me, mostly the food.
Yeah.
The spa at the Intercontinental. Okay, yeah. Number 2, coming to Beijing. How long and how difficult was the adjustment period?
Mine wasn't too bad, because coming to China was a very last minute, or a very spur of the moment sort of thing. But I got the offer in October, but I didn't come until May. So I had a long time. So in that time, because from the moment the application even showed up on my radar, and then to accepting the offer was a very short amount of time. I put zero thought into accepting the offer, basically. And then so after that, I was like, I should probably like look into China a little more. So I did. I ended up watching like a million different like vlogs and reading vlogs and other websites and just looking for information. So when I got here, there wasn't a lot that was like a shock, except for like the cars that drive on the sidewalks and just the driving in general. I remember landing and getting into the taxi with their company set up someone to come to the airport and pick us up. And like there was traffic on the road, and the driver was like driving in the shoulder really quickly. I was terrified. But yeah, I mean, I think the biggest adjustment was just figuring out how certain things are different, like the apartment rental process. Like here, you can see a place and then move in. You can see a place in the morning and then basically move in that evening. Like it's a very quick process. Everything is done with like QR codes, and your phone is used for everything. So just having to make those slight adjustments. But it's definitely a situation where if I ever go back to the States, I would have more culture shock going back to the States than I had coming here. Yeah. But obviously the biggest thing was the language difference. But it's once you figure out the apps, you figure out Meituan, you figure out Alipay, you figure out WeChat, it's very easy to live in Beijing without any Chinese skills. But I started learning Chinese last year, and it has helped a lot and generally improved life. Yeah, so the adjustment periods wasn't that difficult.
Yeah, I don't think it was there was obviously things that were so different and like a bit like, oh my gosh, I don't know what I've got myself into moments. But I think the way that y'all came over as well, like the way we came over with a group of people that were sort of like, I'm not super close with any of them anymore, but it was like in that moment we all sort of needed each other and we had each other.
And I will say our company took care of us getting to China, going through the certification, the documentations, the TEFL certifications, and then the arrival process, the orientation process, all of that was really smooth, so that made it easy.
Yeah, and I think because they took such good care of us, and then I had that group of people, like I said, I'm not close with really any of them now. Like we're still like likes on Instagram friends, but not friends. But like it was such an important thing for them to be there in that moment or for those months that like they're the first people I lived with and like went out with and like experienced things with. And like as long as I have like a social something, then like everything else is like fine. Like I'll figure out the job, I'll figure out the life. I just need somebody to like go figure it out with me, and so it wasn't as scary as it could have been, I guess.
Yeah, it does make it easier when you have someone.
Yeah.
Be like, you've already gone through this. Please help me.
Yeah, same kind of story. I came in with 3 other girls, 2 of whom were Black Americans. So you felt sort of like a kinship. And then we were greeted by a group of, I think they were all girls, who had already been here. And so they took us out to dinner. And I was intent on getting an apartment alone. But then after meeting the girls and, spending a couple of days with them, it was like, you know what, we could do this together. And I knew it would make my parents feel better. And so, I had these 2 roommates and we did things together, experienced life together. I don't think I had very much of a culture shock coming here. There were some things that was just like, we definitely don't do this at home in the Bahamas, but, I've visited other countries, so it's not, there weren't too many things that was just like, oh my God. The driving is one thing that, I'm from the Bahamas, we drive. They say that if you could drive in Nassau, you could drive anywhere. If you can drive in Beijing, you probably shouldn't drive anywhere else. It is actual chaos. Coming from the airport, I could stick my hand out of my window and touch somebody else's car. That scared me because everybody is just like moving, and you know the thing, you have to drive for everybody else on the road, and it's just like you have to see so many things happening, so many situations in your head as you're driving.
The Tesla to your right, the Land Rover in your front.
The little tuk-tuk that shouldn't be on the street in the first place.
The e-bike coming, zooming down.
Like,
the share bikes.
So many things that's happening. So that probably was one of the biggest things. And then I think at the beginning, not knowing Chinese was very frustrating. But then having like Baidu, where you could just take a picture, and even WeChat, you can take a picture of the Chinese characters and translates it for you.
Rolls
so
just screenshot.
Yes.
To translate.
So you do that, and then like Meituan, Taobao, all of that. Like you figure those things out, and sorry, the people here in Red Lobster, they keep looking in. They're like, they have no idea what's going on.
I feel bad. We're not holding him up.
No, because you're still working. So yeah, you figure those things out, and things get easier. Characters start to look a little bit more familiar. So life just gets easier. And I am learning Chinese via Duolingo. I was taking classes at one point. So life gets a little easier. I will experience reverse culture shock if I ever move back home. Because things are just so convenient. Talking to my grandmother, I think maybe before Christmas, she asked me like what I was doing, and so I told her that I wasn't trying to cook too much, and that there was this company that sent like ready-made food, it just needed to be heated up. So I listed all the things that I had ordered from them. She was like, "It's just too easy." I said, "You bet, sure is." So y'all might not see me no more. Cause like when I'm hungry at 2 a.m., I can just order McDonald's and it's there in like 15 minutes. It's not a problem. Cause
it's the delivery drivers are driving those same e-bikes that are zooming and swerving around in the traffic.
Bucking, they come into you. So it's not like it's not a problem, it's super convenient. So yeah, I don't think my adjustment period was difficult at all. I think the biggest thing for me is the extreme temperature, the extreme temperatures. In the winter it can get really cold, and then in the summer it can get really hot. And I'm from the Bahamas, where it's just like 70s, 80s all year round. So that I think was probably the biggest.
My thing with the temperatures is that like I always went from like my air-conditioned house to my air-conditioned car to my air-conditioned job, and now I'm going from like my sort of air-conditioned apartment to that heat of outside, then walking to a subway where we're all crowded in together and it's ridiculously hot, then walking out of the subway to my job that's hot.
Yes.
That don't love air conditioning as much as we do.
Some are even afraid of it.
Yes.
But
even in like the winter where it's like my heated house to the freezing cold walk to like, it's the transportation where I'm not like immediately in a car and immediately like the temperature's my control.
Yeah, I think that definitely, like I have a bike now, but like not having a car definitely was a shift to make, because anything that I need, that I think I might need for the day, especially with where I live now, I live on the west side of the city, and a lot of things happen in like the center of the city. And so anything that I might need for the day, I have to just bring with me. I can't keep in the trunk of my car or anything. So that is sometimes a little bit frustrating. And then just the sheer amount of people is probably, like going on the subway, you can be like jam-packed, like you just sort of like this. Sometimes.
As terrible as the pandemic has been, quarantine time subway, beautiful.
Yo,
it was amazing.
Walking down, it's I think Guamao is the transfer.
I think that's the busiest subway station in the city, and it was clear. I posted a picture of it on Instagram.
Empty, and you wouldn't appreciate it if you don't live here, if you've never visited. You wouldn't appreciate an empty street, an empty hallway, because in Beijing, literally, there is a person everywhere you go. if you are walking the streets at 3 o'clock in the morning, which I have done, just because like my roommates and I couldn't sleep, so we just walked outside.
It's a very safe city.
It is very safe.
Like walking down my deserted hutong in the middle of the night, there's still people walking.
Still
with me.
people around.
And I lived literally down an alley.
So to be in being in the middle of the pandemic, like still having to go to certain places and seeing nobody, that was a wild time.
Yeah.
All right, New Year's resolutions. Do we have any?
I don't. Y'all kept talking about reverse culture shock, and every time you did it, I was like, because my goal this year is to move home, which is terrifying, because I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave y'all. I mean, I can't tell you.
No.
Cut. Are you gonna? All right.
I'm fine. My goal is I don't want to leave y'all. But then also I'm terrified of moving back home because of the reverse cultural shock. Like I'm gonna have to pay for a car again and gas. I didn't think about gas earlier when I listed off things.
gas prices
I started to tell you, and you were like, "Don't tell me."
No, like car, gas, my phone bill is gonna be ridiculous.
Groceries are dumb expensive.
Groceries, I eat out all the time in China. That's not. I'm not gonna be able to get my nails done, which is not as important as obviously the other stuff I said. But self-care. Yeah. So I'm terrified. So that's not really a resolution. It's a fear for the new year. So
Yay!
Yeah, I also don't really have any resolutions. At the end of first week of March, I'll finish my master's program. Finally. So I'll get my master's in education with a focus in teaching multilingual learners.
Professional.
Yeah. So I'll get the certification and the master's with that, and then I guess a goal would be to take a couple practice exams so I can get like licenses and everything. Yeah, just continue with my Chinese classes and just continue figuring out what I want in life.
Daniel hosts a quiz night, and I think one of his resolutions is to have like a Meryl Streep round. I'm just kidding, but you do. But you should make that one of your resolutions.
Was male stripper round.
Meryl Streep round.
I was just very concerned.
Yeah,
You just done one question about her
I
since
could
you
do
took
a Meryl
over.
Streep round. No, I have not.
I know, it's rude. I would be able to answer those. So anyways.
Yeah, okay, that's my New Year's resolution. To include Meryl Streep in every quiz this year.
All right.
Important goals we have.
My resolutions, one is to keep up with Chinese, at least Duolingo. I feel like that's
You pay for Plus now, so you have to.
Yeah, I pay for Plus. So
They also pay for Chinese.
All right, well, let's not bring up the past. Let's not bring up the past. That's crazy that you would do that.
It just came to me.
On my show. That's
Please
what
trust that I did not come in with the intentions on exposing you.
Wow, venomous. Okay.
She's usually this mad at me. The fact that it's a Daniel right now has got me just like loving life.
Anyway.
I haven't done anything to make her mad yet.
Oh my gosh.
I feel a little bad.
She promised chaos. I'm providing the chaos.
Okay. So yeah, Duolingo, keep it up with Chinese. I am determined to keep my streak going. Thank God for the little freeze days though that they have. And then, I'm on the prayer team at church, and one of the members of the team shared the Bible in 1 year app. Is I'm gonna try to stick with it this time. I've started it a couple of times at the beginning of the year, and then you get to like Numbers and Deuteronomy, and it's just repetition. Like you're reading the same thing over and over. It's just like, God, we can't. We need to move past. So yeah, that's probably it. I don't usually do New Year's resolutions because I'm not fairly consistent with a lot of things. So I don't really set myself up for failure. So we'll see what other things I can get into.
I'll have ideas. I'm like, oh, it'd be nice to do that, and it ends there.
I'm not even like, I don't even want to do like a vision board. Because like for mission board, you
No,
have to
it's all
plan out
mental.
your year.
I'm just like, oh, it'd be nice to have like a morning routine. My morning routine is I wake up 15 minutes before I need to leave. Pee, brush my teeth, get dressed, and then walk out the door.
My morning routine is I lay in bed for like 40 minutes and watch this guy. I forget what the Instagram name is, but the guy who cooks outside. It's like ASMR. Like I just sit and watch him cook random things like beef Wellington and chicken fajitas. It's so soothing. Like I forget that I have a job.
Yes.
What?
I said I love fajitas. QMX has great fajitas.
If you're ever in Beijing.
It's like a QMX plug, I felt.
Oh my lord. Alright.
We're not sponsored.
Man with the pot. Man with the pot on Instagram at Man with the pot. Alright, so this next one. Practical tips and warnings for successful dating. I will start us off. I have not been a successful dater. So I will refer you to season 1, episode 1, Where's My Beijing Bae? And season 2, episode 1, Beijing Bae or a Bust. Yeah, I have not been super successful. I will say, for tips, I guess, just, know what you want, and keep going after that. Don't settle. Like I have definitely found times when I've settled just because, you want somebody to talk to, you want somebody to be with, and it's not worth it. After hanging out with them, after being with them, it's just like, I could just be alone, it's fine. And that's pretty much where I am now. It's been like a cycle for me. You find somebody that you think you like, that you think you have things in common with, you go out on some dates, and it's just like, I could just be by myself. So yeah, that's probably my tip. I have not had a successful relationship, or not a successful romantic relationship in Beijing. I've had successful platonic relationships because here are these two nutcases. So, yeah.
Daniel, what's your tip?
I don't have any tips. No tips for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kaylee? Nope. Kaylee?
I am less...
Oh, you know what?
I'm actually going to throw you out on this. I'm going to open it up and throw you on the third floor.
Sorry. He's a name again.
Kaylee?
I am less successful than Shannon in the dating department because she actually goes on dates occasionally or talks to you connect with people over whatever and more successfully than I do.
Alright, well, you want to date this week.
Okay.
I haven't been on one in like...
Oh,
I had a coffee date. He was very nice. I met him when I was at a restaurant.
She met someone in real life, which is something
in
that
real
I
life.
rarely do.
He was really nice. He just wasn't. I don't really have a type, so I don't know what I was about to say there. I was about to say like he wasn't my type, but I don't even know what my type is because I've never dated. Like I've never had a relationship romantically that lasted more than a date, or if I did have one that was like more of like a friendship that built into a romantic thing, it kind of like fizzled or exploded before it went anywhere real. And so this guy was really nice. The date was just a little bit awkward and I felt a bit awkward, but it was a first date, so maybe I should go again. Maybe that's my advice then, or my tip. First dates are going to be a little bit awkward because you don't know each other, do you? So you should just get past that and try again. If it's awkward on the second date, then you know. Oh, that's advice to
Cool, so
myself.
let's edit this into a clip and we just send it to her.
Yeah, somebody send this to me.
Yeah.
No, but I guess that's it. Like, everybody always tells me, like, oh, dating and talking to people, it's just about confidence. You just be confident. Can you give me the, like, how do I just magically make, like, I can't do that? Yes. No, so, I
She's
don't.
confident now, guys.
It's perfect. I can do everything. No, that's my big thing with dating, and that's probably, like, that's why I've been unsuccessful. I am not very confident. I'm not really myself when I talk to people. So, be yourself is a tip. I can't do it, but maybe you can. Do what I say, don't do what I do.
All right, so thank you for joining us on the season finale of The Brown Girl in Beijing Season 2. This is actually something that was supposed to happen at the end of Season 1, but due to...
We were supposed to film this when we went to Datong.
Yeah.
We were, and that would have been a really great episode because Datong was beautiful.
It was.
And we had so many nice pictures.
Really nice, but you know, things happen.
We got lazy.
Yeah, life got in the way.
We got lazy.
So here we are.
We had a nice hot
And Red Lobster.
At Red Lobster. We had a nice dinner. It was nice. Everything was nice.
The
Today
dinner we
have
had
these
at Datong
sliders.
was at Heidi Lao, the hot pot place.
Alright,
That would have been really nice too. I know, but I'm saying that would have been a really nice place to film as well.
This is me trying to end this.
That would have been
thing.
too loud.
It would have been.
The noodle dancer would have been too distant.
Oh, y'all would have loved the noodle dancer though. Shouldn't
All
you
right,
should put
so
that on?
thank you guys for watching or for listening, whatever mode of transportation you chose for this here
For
podcast.
my voice.
Oh,
I
you're
was,
in
told,
my
I was
voice.
told the other day that I have a voice for radio, which I don't believe. But if you could leave in the comments whether or not I have a voice for radio, that'd be appreciated.
I've been told
I
that
don't
my
think
voice
so.
is too raspy. Like, hello.
All right, so thank you for joining us today. We hope that you enjoyed this super long episode.
I did.
This was fun.
fun.
You can have us back at the next season finale.
Or a premiere.
Or the season premiere, like an
Yeah.
end and a beginning.
Yeah.
Us figure eight.
All right, so thank you for joining us. We hope that you stay blessed. Be blessed to be a blessing. This is Dr. Baby
And Kaylee Clark.
And Daniel Adams.
signing out. Happy 2022, guys.
Oh, we should make it.
Wow.
That worked.
Okay, bye.
Yes, got it.
I know you.
Thanks for listening, guys. See you next time for another Brown Girl in Beijing episode. Remember to subscribe, like, comment, and share.
Another wine on you. I got that good. If I put it right there, would you wind up me?